I saw this story. I wanted to bring in Jeff Passan. The New York Mets general manager Jared Porter acknowledges sending explicit images to a female reporter when he worked for the Chicago Cubs. I believe this is back in 2016. He was hired by the Mets to be their general manager. He is no longer the Mets general manager because he has been fired. And Jeff Passan from the Mothership, who covers baseball, joining us on the program. When did you get first word about this, something that was done back in 2016 with the Cubs?
Me personally, Dan, was very recently.
Okay.
But my colleague, Mina Kimes, first was given the text back in 2017, December of 2017, and went and met with the woman and talked with her about possibly doing a story on this. At the time, she was not ready for that. She was still working in the journalism industry, and she was afraid that the blowback from a story being published was going to significantly harm her career. She is no longer in journalism. And as she saw Jared Porter's ascent to general manager of the Mets, it hit her. There's a person who did something to me, and his career is on an upward trajectory. I'm the victim in this situation, and I now don't have my dream job anymore. Why is this fair? Why is this okay?
When did the Mets know, Jeff?
From all I can gather, Dan, the Mets found out when we told them that we were going to be publishing this story yesterday. That they did not know about this beforehand, that it caught them off guard. Inside of baseball, let's go back to 2016 with the Cubs. There was one other person in the Cubs organization at the time who found out about it afterward, because the woman had gone to her employer, and someone at her employer had called up somebody with the Cubs who that person knew. And that person with whom we spoke yesterday said that he was trying to essentially be a go-between to bring the woman and Porter together to have some kind of a resolution for this. That never happened. She was considering legal action at the time. She says that he was pushing her not to pursue legal action.
How many text messages did he send this woman?
In total, it was 150 or so. The majority of those were at the beginning. They had met at Yankee Stadium, and she thought, hey, we're going to talk baseball. He's going to be a source. That's what reporters do, trying to cultivate sources. But very quickly, the messages from Porter went beyond the normal source relationship to a point where he was asking her out, trying to get her to come and visit him in different places across the country. And after he sent one particular picture, which he says wasn't him, but was of a man laying on a bed with a bulge in his pants, she stopped responding. After she stopped responding, there were more than 60 texts from Jared Porter that culminated with a picture of a naked penis. And that is where we are. And that is ultimately, I think, what got him fired. Not just the lewd image itself, but the fact that it came after she had not responded to 60 plus texts from him.
What's the reaction from the new owner, Steve Cohen?
I mean, you saw it this morning. He got fired before 8 a.m. Eastern. And this was a story that was published about 11 o'clock last night. So it didn't even take half a day. And Steve Cohen, if you remember, in his initial press conference, said, we want this to be an organization of integrity. And he referenced that again this morning in the tweet in which he announced the firing publicly. He said, I want to run this organization with integrity. And we could not do that with him in charge.
And this had been a pretty good offseason with the trade getting Lindor from Cleveland. They helped their pitching staff here. And I go back to last year with Carlos Beltran. Does Beltran get another chance here, Jeff?
Well, AJ Hinch has gotten another chance.
I know. That's why
Alex Cora has gotten another chance. It stands to reason that Carlos Beltran would get another chance, considering the other two who have.
Yeah, just trying to figure that out, because that was with the Mets as well. Are they a cursed organization? Do we look at them sort of the way we do the Knicks?
Dan, I'm from Cleveland. So if anyone's going to believe in curses, it's me. And I still do not believe in the idea of a cursed organization. What I do believe in is the idea of culture, and that culture can perpetuate itself through a place and metastasize, and that getting rid of that cancer inside of an organization can take a really long time, but it's possible. Like, let's not look past the idea that the New York Mets can one day become a functional organization if things are done correctly. And something like this, when you make a mistake, you can either double down on it or you can acknowledge quickly that it was a mistake. And I think the Mets did so in this case. And that's a good first step in righting the error of your ways.
Good to visit with you. You and Mina did a great job, a deep dive on this at ESPN.com. Thank you, Jeff.
My pleasure, Dan.
That's
Thanks.
Jeff Passan, ESPN Baseball Insider.